right, studio. Let's see it. Give it to me. All right. Okay, let's check on something real quick here. Okay. Ugh. All right. People in the chat saying what's popping. Okay. Oh, the YouTube studio was kind of scaring me for a second there. But yeah, we here. We are here. What's going on, Jason Love? Daniel, as always in the chat. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Crazy Dog back with another series recap, series preview live stream. And of course, 3-game series in Chicago against the worst team I've ever seen. A team that I don't even think is truly a major league team. They certainly weren't playing like it in this series. My God, fam. I mean, to be fair, though, they did gut a majority of their roster at the deadline, and they could have done more. They could have done so much more. But they didn't. Luis Robert could have been traded. They could have traded Crochet, maybe Vaughn, possibly. Although I think they view him as an actual piece for the future. But they're still going to be bad for a long time. And personally, I'm here for it. So, Guardians came off a series against the Dodgers. That's funny, going from one of the best to legit the worst team in the major leagues. Right? They went to California. They took 1 of 3. Right? Yeah. Facing a God squad. And now we faced a team that swears they're a major league team, but we all know they ain't. 33 wins on the year. When did the Guardians achieve 33 wins? Freaking May? June? I kid you not. How the hell does a freaking major league team have only 33 wins? I bet you, you could put the Columbus Clippers out there against this White Sox team, and they'd sweep them. Meaning the Clippers sweep the White Sox. Like legit. I mean, you could probably put any of our minor league affiliates against these guys. And I bet you Lynchburg, our single A affiliate, our like lowest affiliate, would probably take a game. At least. Maybe 2. That's how bad these guys are. Here we are in September. Only a few weeks left in the season. And these jabronis only have 33 wins. I didn't think it was possible to be this bad. The A's are like, bro, what's the A's record right now? I swear to God. Probably what, 50 some wins? 40 some wins? They're not even that bad. And John Fisher refuses to spend. I gotta feel even worse for White Sox fans because for those who don't know, their owner is Jerry Reinsdorf. Yes, that Jerry Reinsdorf from the legendary Bulls teams. He owns the White Sox. No surprise. Oh man. But I mean, the Guardians needed to go in here and take care of business, and that's exactly what they did. So let's see when the Guardians achieved 33 wins. I think it was like in June, I think. I know it was definitely it was they had their 33rd win ironically May 22nd against the Mets. The logo's changed. They got their 33rd win against the Mets on May 22nd. For reference, the White Sox, right? The worst team in the league. They got their 33rd win just a few days ago against Boston. Yeah, September 8th. I'm sure you guys remember that hilariously long losing streak they went on, right? It was to the point where the last time they won a game was the game I streamed on July 10th. Eric Fede got the win, Kopech got the save, and of course, those two guys are no longer on that team. Then they would proceed to go on the most hilariously long losing streak I've ever seen. And yeah, they've only won since that losing streak ended. They've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. Now they've had some close losses, but my God, dude. You look at this. You look at the attendances of their games, like at home. There was a game. I swear they only had like a few hundred people there. Like their attendance was literally starting to rival that of the A's for a little bit in some of these games. Like it's crazy. So now the question is, can they achieve worst team ever status? Probably not. They're probably going to get a win somewhere against Oakland coming up. They have Crochet and Flexen going, so they're probably going to win a game there. Maybe two. They have the Angels coming up. I could see them taking one. Padres, they getting their asses swept, most likely. Although they could take one. But they are facing Cease and Musgrove. Ah. Then they got LA again and then Detroit. So they might win like 3 or 4 more games. They're somehow going to avoid worst team ever status. And their fans are going to be pissed because it's like, if you're going to be ass, go for the whole thing, man. Just be the worst team ever. At least you have that reward. Right? Okay, guys, we're the worst of worst. And the worst part is, it won't even matter because they're not going to be the worst. They can't get the #1 overall pick because they make too much. They're a big market. Yeah, they're a big market. So, yeah, they're doing all this for nothing. Oh, that's hilarious. Now, getting into this series, right? First game, I believe, yeah, Ben Lively, I think, was pushed back. I thought I saw he was supposed to start this game. He did start in the series, but it was game two. It was a game yesterday. But yeah, it was Joey Cantillo against Jared Schuster. And Cantillo, because of course he did, he's not facing a powerhouse lineup, goes out there and shoves. 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, 2 hits, 1 run allowed. There was a little while there where he had a perfect game going. But just like Alex Cobb, I don't think it got through the 7th. Yeah. And then Sandlin came in, gave up a few runs, as usual, and then Gaddis and Clase came in there and cleaned it up. It was fine. So the scoring. Guardians would strike first, which is beautiful to see. Josh Naylor and Lane Thomas would get a single from Naylor and then a double from Lane. 2-0 Guardians after one. And then they would do nothing in the second. And then the third, fourth, and fifth innings, they would add one run apiece. Solo shot for David Fry in the third. Bo Naylor would add a solo shot of his own in the fourth. And then Junk would get a walk. Jonk walk. Sounds like some sort of fancy dance they do somewhere. Some like I could just see some freaking tribe in the middle of the Amazon rainforest or something doing what they call the jonk walk or something. I don't know. Oh my god. But yeah, John Kenzie Noel drew a walk, which is fantastic to see from him. He's usually pretty aggressive, but man, if he starts taking walks, yeah, he's locked in. He's locked in. He's not just homers and strikeouts. He draws walks every once in a while. So it's 5-0. And then they would add 3 runs with a Vaughn single in the bottom of the 7th. And then Brian Ramos in the bottom of the 8th would hit a 2-run shot. And that would be it. Yeah, that would be all for them. Yeah, this felt really good, right? So Cantillo, like I said, 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 10 Ks. His ERA is now under 6. And then Schuster went 2 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 5 Ks, and a homer. So yeah, whatever, whatever. All right, my gut says it'll go down to the final weekend for that #1 seed. It might, Tribe. It just might. We have Houston the final week of the season to go along with Cincinnati in a 2-game series. So we go to yesterday's game. Of course, we have Ben Lively on the mound, right? And we know how he's been. Very up and down. And he was going up against Cannon. And man, this was the game that the Guardians just wrecked these guys hit wise. Too bad it didn't really show up on the score sheet. So Ben would only go 2 because, of course, he gets a line drive off the shin. Oh my god. Can our pitchers just not get hurt late in the season? Happened in 2016. Brantley got hurt, but that was something else. Ay, ay, ay. So he goes down, but I give a lot of credit to Pedro Avila. He goes out there for 2 innings, gives up 2 hits, nothing else. Even Eli Morgan, 1 2/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, and a strikeout. The bullpen essentially followed Ben's lead. Yeah, they shut out the White Sox, which is fantastic. Yep. Guardians scored first again, top second with a Kyle Manzardo single. We really waited until September to bring this dude up. We'd have been doing this the last couple months. But no, we wanted to be extremely unserious with him. Glad he's making us look smart, I guess, for bringing him up now. We could have been the Yankees and picked someone else. Oh man, I don't even want to think about what this fan base would have done if September 1st came around and we didn't make Manzardo the addition when the roster's expanded. If they picked anybody else, like Angel Martinez or Gabe Arias, brother, I kid you not, people would have probably went to the offices of Antonetti and Chernoff, and they probably would have not beat him up, but they would have probably been like, "Yo, what the hell, man? Why not Kyle?" And Kyle, immediately hit 2 homers in his return, so that's great stuff there. So he gets us on the board, and then from that point on, it was over because, again, the Guardians' pitching was amazing. As Lane Thomas would add 3 runs in the 6th with a 3-run homer. And all of a sudden, he's found his power swing, which is great news for us and bad news for the opponent. Because for, I swear, a month and a few days, this dude looked unplayable. Couldn't hit anything. He probably couldn't hit the broadside of a barn if he was standing next to it. He couldn't hit water if he was middle of the ocean. No, he hits everything. Seemingly hits everything. He still gets hosed by the umps on these like close pitches that we know are balls, but they call them strikes. If the umps could just stop doing that, then that'd be great. But regardless, 3-run home run. He's now officially at 11 home runs on the year. And yeah. And then Andres added a nice little cherry on top with an RBI single in the ninth. And we win 5-0. Cannon got the win. He's 5-1. No, Cannon got the win. What? Cannon went 5 1/3, 7 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks. He took the loss. He's 3-10. Pedro got the win. He's 6-1 with a 3.99 ERA. Beautiful stuff. Wonderful. And by the way, I didn't go over the I guess the final line, the win loss for the first game. But we already know Joey Cantillo got his first win, which is absolutely fabulous for him because again, his first couple of starts were against juggernaut lineups that beat the hell out of him. And he went out there against a bona fide AAA team, if you want to call him that, and he shut him down. Cantillo's now 1-3 with a 5.96 ERA. Schuster is 1-4 with a 4.66 ERA, and Clase locked in his 43rd save of the year. He's now got a .68 ERA. Darn. I really enjoyed it when he had a .69 ERA. Nice. But yeah, it's still nice though, obviously. So yeah, no save for the second game. They actually had Eric Sabrowski, a new guy they brought up recently, finish out the game, and that dude's got some good stuff. He's low key, not nasty, but he's good. He's not Class A, obviously, but yeah, he's still pretty good. He's a serviceable arm out of the pen, especially now that news came out that Sam Hentges is done for the next year plus. He had shoulder surgery, so they said 12 to 14 months. Man, of course. Luckily, we got Tim Herron. And now Sabrowski is actually pretty decent, it seems like. So yeah, Pedro got the win, and Cannon took the loss. So now, today, Guardians look to get the sweep, something that they haven't really done a whole lot this year. And yeah, Guardians get the shutout. Today, it was a little tougher. Matthew Boyd on the mound for the Guardians. He's been solid since being activated. Ironically enough, his first start, I believe, was against the Cubs in Cleveland. Now he faces the White Sox, and I'm not going to blame him because it's not on him, but he was fantastic. 4 1/3 innings. Pitch count got up there. I think maybe got beat up a little bit too. I don't know. Didn't really watch the game, unfortunately. Yeah. 6 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts for Matthew Boyd. Wow. Matthew Boyd, if you want to sign an extension here for next year, maybe another year, maybe a 2-year extension with an opt-out or something, I would not be mad, especially if we want to keep Bieber around, but he's not going to be back for at least a year, probably until middle of next year, I'd assume, because he did get hurt in April, so he might be back probably around the All-Star break, I'd think, for next year, maybe. I hope we bring back Bieber, though. I really do. 2-year deal, you know, this way he's got security in the organization, doesn't have to worry about anything. He can stay with the training staff, keep up with his regiment, with his rehab. Doesn't have to worry about anything like that, right? Team doctors can still look after him. but we'll see what they do there. But yeah, Matthew Boyd coming off Tommy John has been electric. Now, of course, defense let him down a little bit in that third inning. Let me go through it, all right? So you know what I'm talking about here. So third inning comes up, gives up a single. They have a double play almost lined up, but freaking Andres just it. And then Ramos singles. He does get a flyout for Vaughn. And then Sosa singles to give the White Sox a run. Their first run in about 12-ish innings. Wow. Maybe longer. But yeah, he got him on the board. And then a balk, of course, gets him another run. Probably got deked by someone at third because, those guys at third, they'd be bobbing around, ha, 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 ha. And he probably was like, oh. Yeah. So that's a balk. And yeah, 5-2. And then ground out makes it 5-4. And then an injury delay because we just love having line drives off pitchers. Luckily, he stayed in or whatever. And then they got Chucky Robinson, such an NPC name, AI generated name, strikes out swinging. So that's how the third inning went. I will say though, after that, lockdown. He didn't let that rattle him. I'll give him credit there. I know pitchers that would have just went down the crapper after that. We probably would have been losing like 10-5 in some cases in the past. But Matthew Boyd locked in and he got out of it. Perfect stuff. Guardians didn't do anything else until the eighth. But yeah, they held on to that 5-4 lead like it meant something to them. My God, they had a freaking stranglehold on that lead. And crazy thing is, right? So they scored first, right? 2-0. Again. Lane Thomas, again. 2-run single. And then it's 2-0 top first, top third. Austin Hedges homered. I kid you not, I was paying attention to the game on the game day app on MLB.com, right? And I saw this dude, I saw that lovely blue circle pop up. And then it said, in play, runs. And I was like, huh? Man, when there's nobody on base and you see in play runs, you're like, he did not just do what I think he did. And then it says, homer. You know how bad you gotta be to give up a homer to Austin freaking Hedges in 2024? And then Lane Thomas would add 2 more runs because all of a sudden the dude hits like a freaking madman now. I'm like, okay. Calendar turns to September and he starts hitting like a madman. I'm like, all right. People wanted you off the team last month. I wonder how they're feeling now. I'll admit I did say he was ass, but man, he made me into a believer, honestly. I just don't want him to get too hot too quickly because I don't need him to fizzle out come playoff time. Right? I don't need him going into a massive slump like he was in when he was first traded here. Right when the games really start meaning something. But yeah, that final 2-run single would be the difference for a while. As Sosa would get him on the board, like I said, and then Vargas would, not Vargas, but they would score another run with a balk. Then Vargas would ground out, make it 5-3. Fletcher single 5-4. And then top of the eighth, Will Brennan, of all people, who pinch hit already for Noel, he would ground out but score a run. So it's 6-4. And it would be that way for the rest of the game as the Guardians would bring out Clase in the ninth. And yeah, you already know what happened. I don't need to say much more after that. You already know what Class A did. I mean, Class A is disgusting. Although he did give up a hit. Yeah, he did give up a hit to Luis Robert, but that was it. Because he got Jokes to ground out to lead off the inning. He got Brian Ramos to strike out, and then Andrew Vaughn struck out, and that's it. That's it. So, Guardians win 6-4. Nick Sandlin 8-0 somehow. 3.78 ERA. Martin is now 0-4 with a 4.14 ERA. And Class A ties his total in saves last year. Yeah, he had 44 saves in all of last year with about a dozen blown saves or whatever. This year, he's locked in and he's got 44 already with what, 15-ish games to go. He might hit 50. Not even kidding. He might hit 50 saves by the end of the season. He might even tie Edwin Diaz's, what, 51? He's 2 away from a Guardians or Indians single season record, which is held by Jose Mesa from 1995 with 46. I think he'll do it. I think he'll do it. But we'll see, though. But yeah, Boyd, 4 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned. That's crazy. That's crazy. 4 runs, but only 1 earned. 2 walks, 9 Ks, 2.18 ERA. Martin, on the other hand, 3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks, and a homer. Good stuff by the offense. Helping out their pitchers. That's the most important part, because, right? Like, come on. Like, you better not be trolling. Or you better be trolling. Better be trolling. Like, we're talking about a damn national tragedy, right? 23 years ago. This loser brings up the freaking game from 3 years ago against Oregon. Freaking loser, dude. Freaking loser. Loser. You know, I should ban you for that. Making fun of a tragedy like that. Oh, 9/11/21. Look at me. I'm a dumbass. I'm an asshole. 9/11/21. Yeah. Yeah, let's make fun of a damn tragedy. Okay. National freaking tragedy. Yep. Talk about 2021. Hey, you know what, jabroni? How about 1/12/4 or 15? Never forget, huh? When we whooped your ass in the freaking national title game. Yeah. Stupid. 9/11/21. Never forget. Dude thinks he's actually funny. You know what's funny though? Barely beating Idaho and Boise State. That's hilarious. Like, you damn near lost to freaking Boise. Like, fool, get out of my damn chat. Not even kidding. Like, leave my chat right now, bro. That's not even cool anymore. Out here making fun of a damn tragedy like that. Oh, 9/11/21. Thinks he's funny. He thinks he cooked. Nah, he ain't cooked with nothing, fool. Nah. Hell nah. Hell nah. I ought to reach through my computer screen and slap you for that. There are people that literally lost loved ones in that tragedy in 2001. And this loser's out here, 9/11/21, never forget. Man, I had to reach through my computer screen and slap you. Acts like that was such a big thing. Well, now you finally beat Ohio State. Ooh, good one, yeah. Did you guys get a trophy for that? No? Because I know we did when we kicked your butt in 2014. Got a nice shiny trophy. Yeah. And the way it's looking, we might kick your butt in a few weeks too. If y'all keep playing like you've been playing, we are gonna kick your ass. We're gonna stomp your freaking face into the damn ground. What is that song? Walk in your trap, take off your trap. Hey, walk in your trap, take off your trap. These guys are talking big, and they barely beat Idaho. Idaho? No, be Idaho. Like, get out of my chat. Seriously. At all. Don't even try that. Stop it. Get out of here. What do you think this is, huh? Comedy hour? No. Now watch. Oregon's barely gonna beat Oregon State. Don't let it happen. Y'all better smack the crap out of Oregon State. If you barely beat them too, oh my god, we're gonna be on fraud watch. Fraud watch, bitch. I might have to hate watch that game. Like, there's no way you guys barely beat Idaho and Boise and you're out here talking. Like, come on, man. I was a Buckeye fan talking. Y'all beat two MAC teams. We beat the teams that we're supposed to beat, and we smacked the crap out of them. Y'all out here playing games against Idaho and Boise State, and you barely beat them both. If we played Idaho, it would have been the same result for us, just like it was for Akron and Western Michigan. We would have been playing our backups in the second half, because we don't play around, right? Dylan Gabriel better. Dylan Gabriel better. What's that? That's what he's gonna say next. Watch. Hope the guards sweep the Rays. I don't expect a sweep. I just want us to win this series. That's all. So, of course, we also got to keep an eye on the Yankees, and they play the Red Sox tomorrow. Guardians have the Rays. It'll be Gavin Williams against Orion Pepio, who we played last time we played the Rays. Now, of course, the Rays did make a couple trades, I believe. They added Christopher Morel from the Cubs. So we'll see him for the first time. And, of course, Dylan Carlson's there. Caminero's up there now. Lovely. And that's it. Against Gavin, who's 3-8 with a 5.25 ERA, 64 Ks. Only Yandy has an RBI. In fact, he's the only one that's really scored any runs against Gavin. Against Pepio, we've done absolutely nothing. Yeah. So that's lovely. Pepio is 8-6 with a 3.66 ERA and 118 Ks. This game is going to be on Fox. Ooh. Wow. Okay. I don't even know if I even get the game. Let me see. Because again, there's going to be Boston and New York too. Let's see. Do I get the game tomorrow? I don't see why I wouldn't, but you never know with these guys. Yeah, of course I get Red Sox Yankees. So even if I wanted to stream the game, I wouldn't be able to. Of course. Oh well. So that's game 1 of the series. Back in Cleveland, of course. Should be an interesting one. Alright. Just gotta wait for this thing to pop up for the game 2 and 3 here. And 4, I think. Come on. There you go. Alright. So now we go to Friday. Friday will be Zach Littell against Tanner Bybee. Tanner 11-7, 3.56 ERA. Littell is 6-9 with a 3.89 ERA. And by the way, Minnesota, they play the Reds. Can't even trust the damn Reds to do anything, so I'm not even gonna put my faith in those losers. So let's see here. Wow, of course. All right, so yeah, Littell 6-9, 3.89 ERA, 122 Ks. Tanner Bibee, 11-7, 3.56 ERA, 166 Ks. Against Littell, Jose has 2 RBIs and Jimenez has 2 RBIs. And against Tanner, only Yandy Diaz has an RBI against him. So, should be a fun matchup again. Overall, this series should be very entertaining. Oh, Kansas City faces the Pirates. I like how our two main rivals face two NL Central teams. Can't trust the damn Pirates either. I'll tell you what. Although the Pirates will have their best pitchers on the mound, so maybe they shock us and they sweep the Kansas City Royals. And then the final game of the series, we'll have Joey Cantillo on the mound for the Guardians against somebody from the Rays. They have not announced it yet. 1-3, 5.96 ERA for Joey, coming off the best start of his career. I mean, obviously. He had a perfect game going for the majority of it. And yeah, I mean, of course, this is the first time they're facing Joey, so see how he does. And eventually, hopefully, Alex Cobb can come back and we can continue cooking. All right, so I think that's it, unless there's another game in there. Let me check real quick, guys. Let me check the ESPN thing, see what they have. How about Arizona up 14-4 over Texas? Wow, Arizona, man, they've been red hot lately. So this is a 4-game series. It'll be Ben Lively and Taj Bradley. Ah, God. Yeah. If I'm going to stream a game in this series, it's going to be on Friday. Bibee and Littell. Yeah. Taj Bradley destroyed us last time we played him. And Ben, he's had his troubles, but yeah, Bradley 6-10, 4.40 ERA. Lively 11-9 with a 4.01 ERA. So he's been all right. Bradley 137 Ks on the year. Ben has 110. 110 Ben. Ben 110. Oh my God, bro. Okay. You know, if you don't know the reference, you didn't watch Cartoon Network. A Ben 110. Ben 10. If Ben Tennyson was 110 years old or 110 creatures. Oh my God. I'll stop. Now against Bradley, Josh Naylor has an RBI and that's it. And against Ben, Siri has a homer and an RBI, as does Brandon Lau. In fact, the only hits those two have are home runs against Ben. They've only faced him one time, though. One game. So, yeah, we need to see Ben go out there and shove again. Please. I would greatly appreciate it. Wholeheartedly. And of course, after this series is over, we got the Twins for 4 games. And it'll be Lively, Boyd, Williams, and Bibee. I'm sorry, no, Boyd, Williams, and Bibee, and maybe Cobb. That would be nice. That would be our final series against the AL Central team. Right? And it's the team that we all assumed would be fighting with us for the division. Now, they kind of still are, but they've fallen off a bit. All right. So, yeah, that's really all I got right there. That's all. That is it. And then you got Duck's House saying, oh, 10, 12, 24 is the next tragedy. Yeah, for you. I would have zero confidence going into that game based off the way the Ducks have been playing so far. No way you watch your team barely beat Idaho and Boise and think, yeah, we can beat Ohio State. Yeah, we can beat them. Yep, we can beat them. After seeing us literally dismantle poor competition like you're supposed to. Oh, man. That'll be a little dogfight. Can't wait for that game, though. All right. What the hell? Oh. Okay. So that's all I got, guys. All right. Going about 40-ish minutes. You guys literally play Marshall this week. Not even talking a crap about the cakewalk schedule. It's the fact that you can barely beat those teams on your cakewalk schedule. Beating Idaho by 10 and then barely, and I mean scraping by the skin of your ass against Boise? Yeah, miss me with that crap. Meanwhile, we took Akron and Western Michigan behind the woodshed. And keep in mind, Western Michigan lost to Wisconsin by 14 points. Now, that might just say more about Wisconsin than anything, because Wisconsin's been kind of mid. But damn, bro, we took them behind the woodshed. We made them look like a damn JV team. Y'all couldn't beat, y'all barely beat Idaho. Oh, Idaho's really good. Oh, are they? Well, we all know what would happen if they played us. Like I said, we'd have backups playing by halftime. Ah, that's funny. Now, Duck's House is going to say, we got Oregon State this week. Yeah, because that's your rivalry game. Yep. Yep. All I'm going to say is good luck because we don't play this week. So the eyes will be watching. I'm going to be watching all kinds of different games. We got some banger games on this week. I'll tell you what. All right. Let me check the FBS thing right here. See the schedule for this upcoming week. Like, ain't no way this dude really watched his team barely escape against Idaho and Boise and thinks everything's fine. Some Oregon fans are probably thinking, yeah, if we played Ohio State this week, we're probably getting our faces kicked in. Yep. They're getting their faces kicked in if they played us this week. Now, of course, luckily they have a couple more weeks to get on the right track. And in the meantime, we got Marshall, Sparty, and Iowa, I believe. Let me check just to be sure. Let me check. Yeah. Yeah, we got Marshall next week on Fox, and then Sparty, Iowa, and Oregon. I bet you that I know that Oregon game is going to be at night. I know damn well that game is going to be a night game. It'll be an NBC one too. Now, who do the Duckies play after Oregon State? Who do they got leading up to our game? So they got a bye week next week. And then they got UCLA on the road. And then they host Sparty. All right, cool. All right. Yep. All right. So, yeah, I think both teams could easily be undefeated heading into that game on October 12th, where we rip your freaking feet off and deep, what was it? Deep feather the duck. Put you on a freaking skewer, get a good fire going, and have some roast duck for dinner. Yeah, we roasting ducks. Yeah. If I am If I'm a Ducks fan right now, I am not talking trash to Ohio State. Not after barely beating Idaho and Boise and watching Ohio State just steamroll two mediocre to bad teams, which is what we're supposed to do, right? I mean, Oregon fans got to watch other teams steamroll their mediocre competition while they're barely beating Idaho and Boise. Hey, what the? Ohio State barely beat Idaho and Boise. Oh boy, Buckeye fans would be hella worried. They would be hella worried. But alas, we haven't even given up a touchdown yet. Now, do I expect that to last too much longer? Probably not. No, no. Now, for anyone who's like, oh, Ohio State, they don't play nobody. Who they play? Just wait until the next couple years. Because next year, we got Texas. And then they got Grambling State in Ohio because I think Grambling State is a replacement team. I think we were supposed to play Southern Miss or San Jose State soon. And they pulled off. I think we were supposed to play Washington as well, but they pulled out because they're in the conference now. Then we got Texas in 2026, Alabama in 2027 and 2028, Nevada and Charlotte in 2029. And then we got Georgia, 2030 and 2031. And then 2035 and 6, we got Boston College. Wow. I believe they already have freaking matchups scheduled for 2020, 2035 and 36. Talking freaking 11 and 12 years down the line. Kids that aren't even really in school yet. Wow. Oh, well. So that's all I got for this one, guys. I'm going to head out. And I will see you all on Friday. Yeah. I'll be back on Friday for what should be an absolute banger. All right. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Go Guardians. Big dub. We love it. Now we're going to sit back and hope that the Yankees can help us out. Because I swear to God, if they don't, that's tough. I won't really be mad because no matter what, it'll benefit us. But yeah, I wouldn't mind the Yankee win just to help us in the division. It is what it is. So I'll see you guys Friday for the Guardian stream. My last handful of Guardian streams coming up. But of course, with football season now here, I'm not going to be doing as many Guardians games. I watched the Guardians go on some massive run like they did early on in April and May when I didn't stream them because of basketball. Even though I missed pretty much the majority of the second and third round because that computer was busted. But yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday for Guardians Rays. And maybe a Browns video or something if anything happens, which I'm sure something will happen between now and then. Something always happens. So, from Nick Camino, the Guardians' magic number to clinch the division is 13. Any combination of Cleveland victories and Royals losses will continue to drop that number until they clinch at 0. So, yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Okay, so see you guys on Friday. I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns. And I'm out. Bye-bye. And go Bucks, too. Even though we don't play this week. Oh, well. Get a chance to sit back and watch some of these other games and see who embarrasses themselves like Notre Dame did. Right. Yeah. See you guys later.